Welcome back to Lawyerist Lens. This week we're going to talk about pricing and setting your price. So, first of all, I think the first thing that you can do is figure out what is your baseline. Not how much do you charge, but how much money do you need to make per hour as an effective rate. Whether you charge flat fees or contingencies or whatever, how much do you actually need to make per hour as a baseline to keep your lights on and your doors open or whatever, however you think about that. I've put together a calculator to help you figure this out. But the bottom line is you take your expenses and divide them up by the number of hours that you're willing to work and account for taxes, and what you come up with is your baseline hourly rate, what you have to make. So no matter what you do and no matter how you charge, that has to be the effective compensation for your time. Now, after you know what your baseline is, you should consider what kinds of fees do you want to charge. Don't start with defaults and don't start with assumptions. Really think about what is the best fit for the kind of representation you're doing. Should you be unbundling? Should you be charging flat fees or contingent fees? You should absolutely go find out what other lawyers are doing, but don't automatically do what they're doing just because they're doing it. There are all kinds of fee models, from hourly, subscription, contingent, flat fee, unbundled fees, fee menus. Really, your imagination is unlimited here, and the important thing is to try and fit the fee to the kind of representation. And it's not always true, and in many cases it's not true, that your time is the best measure of the value that you're providing for your client. And so if your time is not the best measure, come up with a better way to measure. Okay, once you know what your fee is, how do you know what to charge? Ask around, ask other lawyers. And a lot of the answers you're going to get are going to be in terms of hourly rates. So don't forget to also ask, what are their estimates? About how much should a divorce cost at their hourly rate, or how much time do they think they're going to put into it? The same for small business formations or estate planning documents or whatever it is, personal injury, contract negotiation. You want to find out not just what is the hourly rate, but how much do they think this representation should cost? Because then you can take that estimate and apply it to whatever kind of a fee structure you intend to use. And then in the end, once you have an idea of what would be a fair price in your marketplace, try it and see. You should track the time that you put into the case, not for billing necessarily, but even if you're charging flat fees, you should have an idea of how much time you're investing in the case so that you can get to the end and calculate your return on investment. Did you do better than your baseline? Because ultimately, if you're not making that baseline, then you need to change something about the representation. You need to charge more, or you need to change the way you deliver those legal services so that you can be more efficient. You have to hit that baseline. So if you need to adjust, go ahead and adjust. And from there, you can get away from what other people are doing and all of your assumptions and just focus on, are you delivering fair rates for what you're doing for people? And you should always have an idea about what else is happening in your marketplace, but you shouldn't worry about it too much. Focus on what's working for you and your clients. That's it for this week. Before you leave, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when we release new videos. I'll see you on next week's Lawyerist Lens.